Getting outside in the winter isn't for everyone, but what if you had a delicious and warm snack to enjoy on the slopes or while hiking? Julie Miguel is here with a treat that will make those cold toes worth it. And Jules, I'm okay with getting outside in the winter. I mean, I'm walking the dog, we're tobogganing with the kids, hockey all the time, but it's the snacks that make it worth it. Am I right?
Yes, you're so right. Being prepared and having snacks and even a warm drink just makes the outing so much better.
You are going to freak out at home about this because she is making brown butter maple bacon donuts. I've never even heard of any such thing, but I want to eat it already. But first, we're making spiced mulled cider, which is amazing. So here's what you're going to need for that. You need apple cider, an orange, some cloves, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, cardamom, brown sugar, and then get all of those things together. And Jules, you're going to show us how do we make it.
Yes, so this comes together really easily. So what you need for this recipe and what works best is a fresh pressed cider. So this you can find, this is the color of it, and you can find it in the refrigerator section of your grocery store. So not to be confused with the pasteurized shelf stable, which is basically apple juice. That is no bueno. So you want to get the fresh pressed cider, and it's even something you can find at a farmer's market or a local market or an orchard, sorry, an apple orchard. So I'm just going to pour that into the pot. Now the spices. Typically, a mulled cider uses whole spices like cinnamon sticks and cardamom pods, but those are very, very hard to source. I just found that I could never find all the spices that I need. So I made this recipe really easy for you guys, and I used ground spices. The only whole spice that I will be using is whole cloves. And the reason I did that is because they're a lot easier to source, but I did give you the option of using ground cloves as well. So you start off by putting some of the brown sugar in a bowl, mix all the spices in there, just make sure it's all nice and even, and then you pour that into the pot. Next, you're going to take a whole orange, and you're going to use either a vegetable peeler or a paring knife, and you're going to just peel off big strips of orange peel, and that's going to add a wonderful flavor to the mulled apple cider. So you're going to take the cloves, and they have like a sharper end, and you're going to stick them. There's 12 cloves. You can use more if you want, and you're going to stick them into the orange like so. You're going to place it into the pot. And then what you're going to do, so put that in there, you're going to give it a stir, and you're going to simmer this on low heat for 20 minutes.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. I thought you were going to say, and then leave it there for 5 hours. So 20 minutes, you simmer.
No.
Talk to me about an adult mulled cider. Like if you wanted to make this for the grown-ups, when would you be adding the spirits?
So you add the spirits right before serving. And the reason for that is the alcohol will burn off in the cooking process. So you want to add those at the end. And some spirits that I love to add are like a spiced rum, a spiced bourbon, brandy is really nice. So those will taste delicious in this mulled cider, but make sure you do it right before you're serving it.
Ooh, lovely. Okay, let's get to the main event, shall we? Shall we make some donuts? I love the fact that you're baking yours instead of frying them. That's very cool.
Okay, so I don't know if you've ever made yeast risen fried donuts, but it's like a half-day affair. You got to proof the dough. You got to shape the dough. You got to fry the dough. It's a lot of work. So this is a really easy version, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it comes together. You're going to see. So you start off by separating the ingredients, the wet and the dry. The dry ingredients is flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, salt. The wet ingredients, you've got some buttermilk, you've got egg, you've got maple syrup, and you've got vanilla, and last, the browned butter that I've already added in there. And you're going to mix these together. And I just want to talk a little bit about the brown butter and the reason why I brown my butter. So regular melted butter is great. I mean, a lot of recipes call for it. But if you brown your butter, and I'll show you guys how to do it, but if you brown your butter, you actually get a lot more flavor in your recipe. It adds almost like this intense nutty flavor, which I absolutely love. So it's a step that I do not recommend that you skip. So you mix the dry and wet ingredients together like so. And you don't want to overmix. You just want to make sure that all the flour is incorporated, basically. So next we get a resealable plastic bag, and we're going to pipe the donut batter into a donut baking tray. So these are really handy because there's so many great baked donut recipes out there. So I highly recommend that you invest in one of these. So they look like this. So you put them into the resealable bag, cut the tip off, and then you're just gonna pipe it in. And I fill them about 3/4 the way up. You wanna leave a little bit of room because the donuts will actually rise and expand. And this batter makes exactly 12 of the baked donuts. They're gonna bake 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let them cool completely. And then the glaze, this is like the best part about it. So this glaze is basically maple syrup, and it's whole milk, and it's icing sugar and vanilla. And what you wanna do is you wanna make it like a school glue-like consistency so that you can get a nice bite of it on your donut. And you're just gonna dip it in really simply like this. See how thick it is? And you're gonna add the crumbled cooked bacon on at this point because you want it to stick to the donuts. Just add it like so. And that's it. And then you just let them dry and set, and then you can pack them into a container and take them with you.
I basically want to skip the tobogganing now and just eat the donuts, but do both of them. Be active, then eat the maple bacon donuts. Yeah, go for it. Pour out the cider.
Exactly.
And I will let all of our viewers know where to find all of this good stuff because we keep all of the recipes for all of the cooking segments we do here on Cityline on our website, cityline.tv. This is one you're going to want to look up. So good. I would do this in the middle of summer too, but do it for winter.